In this video, we're going to look at how you can add menus to your portfolio site. So hopefully by looking at your theme and the documentation, you have an idea of where your menus are, what they look like. So I'm going to click on my menu tab, and the first thing you need to know about menus is they need to have content and they need to have location. My theme, for example, has 3 different types of menus: a primary, a footer, and a social links. And you can see I've already started using 2 of these: my primary, indicated by home, and my social, indicated by the LinkedIn logo. I am not using a footer menu. So you don't have to use all the menu areas that you have. Typically, you want your primary menu to have all of your main navigation that you envision for your portfolio site. If you have a secondary menu, that might be the place to include your social links, or maybe that's the menu you don't use. So for your portfolio, the main menu tabs you should think about using are, of course, the link to your homepage, your About Me, your resume, and then your actual portfolio content. And there's many different ways you can add that portfolio content. We'll be looking at one way you can structure that, and then you can use all the skills in these videos to really personalize that portfolio section. So let's get started with adding some content. Now, when I begin in my menus customizer, I always like to drop down to my menu locations. And what I've seen with students is this is the area you often forget to check. So by heading there first, we make sure that we have our locations set. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like if you don't have those set. So if I have that menu not set, look, my home tab disappeared. So if you think you've created a menu and you're like, but it's not showing up, probably need to set your location. So now my primary menu is named primary, and I'm going to click Edit Menu. And so this is the name of my menu, and I can have multiple menus. I can change that name here. I can also see down below, this is where this menu is going. So it has content and location. So now I'm going to click this Add Items. Now this is the list of all the different types of menu items I can add. We're going to start by adding pages. So we already have our home page, and we'll add an About Me. We'll add our resume, and we'll add our portfolio page. Now, a couple of words about some of these other pieces. Custom links will be what we use in a minute here when we look at our social links menu. Pages are single pieces of content. So I only have one resume. I only have one About Me. Our portfolio page is going to serve as an introduction to our portfolio section. And within that portfolio section, I'm going to create categories that I can group things together. Now, alternatively, what you can do is instead of having this introduction page, you can go ahead and create categories, maybe writing, maybe video, maybe design, whatever you envision to share your content. So now that I have all my content, I might want to start organizing these. So I can click the Reorder button and then just use these arrows to navigate things where I want. If I want things to be in the drop-down menu, I can just click that, and when you see that indent, that means that is a sub-menu. So I'm happy with that organization, and I'm going to go ahead and save my changes. And at this point, you should be able to preview the menu that you just created. I'm going to hit my back button. Now I'm going to go into my social menu, and again, playing it safe, go into my locations, Here's my social, and I'll edit menu. So as I mentioned before, for your social menu, you're going to create custom links. One of the things you want to make sure that you do is pull your homepage link, not your feed link. So this goes directly to my profile and all of my tweets. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that link. Here my custom link. I'm just going to paste that in, and I'll type what social media it is there. Add that to the menu. And you can see it automatically adds that social media icon in there. I don't have to worry about that. Now, about your social media links, I would typically like to see LinkedIn. It's a good one to add because that is your online resume, your online networking tool. Do not link social media channels you don't want your potential employers to see. This is a place where you link your professional content, and that includes professional social media. So we've created all of our menu items. So I want to take a look real quick at what those look like. Completely blank content. So there's no style, it's just a blank page. Well, there's another way that we can add pages and then come back and add menu items. So let's experiment with that. I'm actually going to delete this About Me page for our experiment. And we're going to save the changes. Just a note, when you first start in WordPress, you might have some existing template content that you need to delete here. To do that, you just click and remove that content. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and X this out. I'm going to go to our All Pages listing. And I'm also going to delete this About Me page from here. Go down to the trash. And so you can see we added our portfolio and resume via the customizer, and it created those pages. Now we'll look at a different way to add pages, then add it to the menu. So I'm going to click Add a New Page. And when I add a page from this menu, I can start out by choosing a template. So in this case, we're adding that About Me. I'll just point out that if you ever want a blank page, that's what we created when we added from the customizer. So I'm going to choose this for our About Me template. And I want it to say About Me, not just About. I'm going to go ahead and publish that. Even though it's got dummy content, we'll come back and edit that when we look at this page. So now this page exists, but if I go back and I'm just going to view our site, you can see that page doesn't exist on the menu yet. So I need to go back to my appearance, back to my customizer, into my menus. We're editing our primary menu. I'm going to click Add Items, and there's that About Me page that we created. So I'll add that. Again, drag that up to where I want that. Save those changes. So now, when I click on it, it's no longer a blank page. It's that template that we've created.